Welcome to Baking with JoJo. We are here today, and I have a professional film crew in the back that is filming this today. So this is going to be a little bit different for me, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to make coconut biscotti, and if anybody wants to know biscotti, how they got the name, it actually means twice baked. And I'm going to start with the ingredients. What I have here is a 1/4 pound of softened butter, which is a stick, a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 2 cups of coconut, sweetened coconut, and I have 2 cups of flour with 1½ teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we also have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And that's it. That's all you need. This is a really simple recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix the sugar with the softened butter. We're going to make it taste nice and creamy. And what we're going to do is add the egg. Now I'm going to add the 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Did a little bit more. That's it. Mix that in. As you can see, it's nice and creamy. And then the next step, if you remember from my other videos, we're going to do is we're going to add the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. And what I'm going to first do is add a little bit at a time with the coconut, mix it in a low speed. A little bit at a time. Love the smell of coconut. Now what we're going to do is add the flour with the baking powder and the salt. Again, a little bit at a time. Now, most biscotti does not have butter in it, but this one calls for butter. Most of it's dry. This is the first time making it, so we're learning this together. This is a very sticky dough, so as you're forming this, you might have to use some extra flour, otherwise it'll get to your hands. Okay. And I'll be right back and I'll show you when I form this together. Okay, it's all mixed together. Now I'm going to put this on a parchment paper. I'm preheating my oven at 350. And what we're going to do is, since it's sticky, I'm going to put a little bit of flour on it like this. And we're going to separate it in 3 separate parts. 1, this is really sticky stuff. 2, 3. See? We're just going to put it in like that. No, we're not. We're actually going to make it into a loaf. What I'm going to do is just form it with my hands. And then you're just going to shape it. And you want it about, I'd say about 2 inches high. Okay, a little bit more flour. I'm making a mess. But always good things taste good. Okay. Actually, this one's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And then what you just do is play with it until you get it to the shape you want. Actually, that one's good. Because you're going to cut it and then you're going to bake it again. A little bit different each one, but that's okay. They're all going to taste just as good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is wash my hands, throw it in the oven, cook it for about 20 minutes, and I'll be back. Welcome back. I'm getting ready to take it out of the oven. It cooked about 25 minutes. It could cook up to 30 minutes depending on how large of a loaf you make. Oh, it looks good. Smells delicious. What you're going to do now, remember this is twice baked, that's what biscotti means. I'm going to take it out and put it on the wire rack to cool. And then once it's cooled, then we're going to slice it back up and I'm going to put it back in the oven. See my bracelets? My friend Adriana makes them. If anybody has any question, wants to buy some, let me know. So shoot me an email. Beautiful. She's got hundreds of them. Okay, be right back. Okay, so now they've been sitting out, they've cooled about 10-15 minutes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slice them. Probably about, depends on how thick you like it. I'm going to say about that. You don't want it too thick. That looks good. You probably could have cooled it a little bit more. Whoops. But we're in a rush because Adriana's hungry. I got coffee brewing. But actually it looks pretty good. You can see the coconut sticking to it. So I probably should have cooled a little bit more. But it's not falling apart. And then what we're going to do, a little more. Okay. Here's my pan. And what we're going to do is, we'll lay it like this. And I'll cut the other two. We'll put it back in the oven for about 10 minutes. And then it should be done. We'll let it sit out and cool. And then we'll have some biscotti and some nice organic coffee. Be right back.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm getting ready to take them out of the oven. I actually turned them over once. They got a little brown on one side. This is the first time I've used butter in a biscotti. So it actually is a little bit, the dough has more moisture to it. So they fall apart a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them here on my rack. I'm going to let them cool off. And then you can come back and join us for some coffee and biscotti. Alright, so here's the finished product. It's nice and crispy, nice and cool. And my favorite way to eat this is to do this. Dunk it in my coffee. That's really good. The coconut gives it a whole different flavor. It's not as crispy as regular biscotti because of the butter, but it still has a great taste to it. Enjoy.